Rebels. Oh shit, I'm looking for damn fucking cord. Damn it. Hold on. I know the last episode was a shit show, but hold on. All right. Ooh. Hello, Rebels. Raw Rebel Talk here, episode 190. I honestly don't know what to do for my 200th episode. Last year, I tried to do, or I think it was, I don't remember what year it was for my, hold on. Oh my God. Lately, it's like the hardest thing just coming online. It's so fucking hard. You have no idea. Oh my gosh. This is why I don't get online anymore. If you wanted to know why, it's because I don't have any free time. My poor baby girl is freaking teething. So hold on just a second. Alrighty. Alright, sorry about that. Hopefully she goes back to sleep. So, anyway, yeah. So, yeah, sorry about the last episode. It was a shit show because she kept crying and then I lost and then I got a phone call and then I have a headache. Anyways, so I feel like as if I have some kind of spell on me. But then again, what's not the norm? Or what's not unusual about what's unusual? Anyways, yeah, so I was talking about voodoo, but it was mainly because of the fact that, like I said, I had that damn, like, scary, tingly feeling or whatever, felt like bugs were crawling on me. And I felt like as if that was some kind of sign, you know? Some kind of sign of voodoo or something. But anyway, okay. Anyway, so yeah. So yeah, it's just been crazy. It's been crazy, nuts, crazy, and I have headache right now, and I just want to have a peaceful moment of going on live, and then my daughter wakes up, and then, which is gonna cause her to scream and cry and grr. It's really hard. Like, I'm telling you, this is why it takes me days to get online, because on live, because it's like every time I get on live, something goes up with my daughter, or I don't have private time to myself. So it's like, when can I get on live? I don't have the time. Hi, Ali. Nazari. Sorry if I butchered your name. I'm so tired. I worked today, and like I said, that's why I was having that issue. But anyways, so I was basically explaining all this stuff about voodoo. So I know people that I know not I don't know a lot of people that had spells and stuff casted on them, but I know that um I know that I know at least one person who told me about other people who had spells and stuff casted on them. All I know is that it's a real thing. People don't think voodoo's real, but it's actually a real thing. Like, you can really get voodoo, whatever. Hello. Um, you could really get like spells and stuff or things happen to you because of voodoo. And like, I don't know if I'm cursed. I don't think so, because I feel like as if I don't feel as if that way. And even if I was, I think it wouldn't last very long, because I like try to disassociate myself from uh I try to disassociate myself from those kinds of things. Not saying that I don't believe in it, because like I said, I pretty much do, but I just don't try to believe that someone has the capability of putting a spell on me, if that makes sense. I always think that I'm capable of fighting something like that, but whatever. Anyways, today I was uh, very much so, how can I put it? Like, very much so, like, worried that I had maybe had some kind of spell on me. But then somebody mentioned in the last post, or the last video, they mentioned that apparently, like, voodoo means you can, I'm not voodoo, but the thing that was happening to me was, uh, basically like my spinal cord or something. I don't know. It's weird. But let's just say, for instance, if it was my spinal cord, that's that feeling of crawling bugs on me was weird. It felt weird. And then yeah, it just felt weird. So ouch. Anyway, so anyways, so yeah. So today was a weird day. It was a weird day. Like, my boss, who I just started, left. And then I ended up putting in my 2 weeks, sort of, in a way. Like, just kind of like telling them I wasn't going to be coming back. Because I'm going back to being a stay-at-home mom. Because, for one, I miss my kids way too much. And for two, that job was messing with my mental health, man. I was coming home cranky as shit, and I did not like it. I didn't like it. But other than that, I think that I'm just sick and tired, you know? Sick and tired of working, possibly. Possibly working. Maybe. Who knows? Anyways, so let's see. I haven't talked about anything crazy recently other than the voodoo thing. I think that um I don't think that I'm like I said, I haven't been cursed, but I think that my dad passing away is like, I feel like sometimes I feel his presence. And like, I just, I don't know. It's weird. Like, not in a bad way, more like in a, like, he's telling me that everything's okay and um, that when I join the other side, it's not as bad as it seems or not as what everybody makes it out to be. That's the feeling I'm getting, is that it's the other side is just a beautiful place. Blah, 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 blah. So I just get, I just get that feeling that my dad is like watching over me and stuff and trying to make me feel like as if, like, honestly, he says, I feel like he's telling me I'm ready to move on to the next level of life. So the afterlife or whatever. I mean, but I can't leave now. I mean, I have my twins. So whatever's calling me on that side is gonna have to fucking wait because I ain't going nowhere. I have to stay here and see it through with my little babies. Gotta make sure they are good to go in this life because Lord knows where they'd be if I left. And I can't imagine my boyfriend or their father raising them. I can see it, but I just don't see it at the same time. Like, I just don't see it. It would be hard on him because for one, he needs my extra income, and then he needs my guidance because if I wasn't here to guide him, he'd be forgetful all the time. I mean, he needs my guidance. So, either or, I can't leave. I don't feel like I should be leaving anytime soon. So, I got to take care of myself and stuff. Make sure I'm still around and kicking for a couple more years. I don't know if anybody else has kids and felt that way. Like, that you can't, like, you feel like you can't leave. Like, you feel like you can't leave. Like, you can't leave this earth yet. Because you have to make sure your kids are all the way grown up, you know? Well, hello, Troy. Welcome from Australia. um, yeah, I know. I mean, I get it, John. Honestly, trust me. I know my mind is like a particularly weird freaking place. My mind is like, it's like a mixture of everything. Like, it's like, well, I mean, if you know me, if you've been following me, you would know, like, that I don't particularly think negative. I don't think positive. I think like somewhere in between. And it's not like a bad thing. It's more like I just have, I think I just have a way too much more, a way too advanced mind. Like an advanced mind. So, because my mind is so advanced, it feels like it needs to move on to the next chapter in life, which is why a lot of times I get like suicidal or um, I think of like thoughts like that. But it's not like I want to die. I don't want to die. It's my mind thinks that way. And that's what I'm trying to say is like, I think it's so advanced to the point where it's like too far in, or maybe my brain is more like trapped because I don't let my brain control me. My thoughts don't control me. My thoughts are my thoughts. They don't control me, but happen to have, they do happen to like just go on a rampage sometimes. So they start coming in, but I don't let my thoughts control me. So when I say that I get these thoughts and stuff like that, it's not because I want to die. It's not because I'm thinking about dying or killing myself or anything like that. It's more so like my brain is so, I think that the reason your brain thinks those things, and if you're not the type of person that knows this, that you're the spirit, you're not the brain, you're the spirit. You're the higher being, the highness, the higher call. I think if you don't know that, then you let your thoughts control you and you get into these modes where I think I want to kill myself and I want to die and blah, 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 blah. I think that you let those things control you and then you end up letting your brain control, like take control of you, and you become that depressed person and you become that person that like really starts to want to like die. The reason your brain wants to die is because, or wants you to die is because it wants that control back. Are you following me? Are you following me? Because I'm not being controlled by my mind. I'm being controlled by my spirit. And my spirit is speaking. My spirit is coming through. My spirit is saying this. It's not my mind. Are you following me? Is anybody following me when I'm saying that? John says, nah, I'm tripping. I get it. I get it. It's really hard to comprehend, but it's like You have to like really, no, 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 no. Spirit is not the mind. Think about it. When you die, your brain stays here. It's a physical thing. Your brain is not the spirit. Your brain is literally inside your head right now. But when you leave, when you die, you don't take your brain with you. Your spirit, and this is why I'm saying that you have to understand where I'm coming from. Because if you ever do mindful whenever you do mindful meditation and sit alone and let your thoughts be come to you at any time. Happy birthday, Nick. Whenever you let your mind come to like you sit in meditation and you just let your mind pretty much like quiet your mind pretty much. Like you quiet your mind and all you do is like sit in silence. When you see those things or hear those things or anything like that, you have to think as if they're projections on a screen. Like, so thoughts come as a projection on a screen. Who's watching those thoughts? It's not your mind. It's your spirit. And your spirit is watching those things happen on the projection of your mind. And like, it's like when you pass, you don't take your body with you. You take nothing of this physical being, but everything within the spirit, which is your higher being, your higher self, your higher calling. All of that moves on to the afterlife. So that's why I said your mind wants you to die. So your mind comes up with the thoughts of dying because it feels as if it's no longer relating to this earth, or in my opinion, it feels as if it's in a prison because it's not being it's being controlled by your spirit instead of letting it be in control. So it wants to take control back by causing either a riot within you or blah, 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 or causing some kind of... That's why I don't get depressed and I don't feel like as if sadness or anxious. I feel like more like when I get those feelings of like I said, like of like my father like being present in my life but not being here. Yeah, John, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. You're thinking that that the mind controls, but the mind does not control unless you let your mind controls. Now, when you get, I can't explain it other than the fact that you have to quiet your mind. So most of the time, I don't think, like when you sit and read, like when you read a sentence, do you hear a voice inside your head or you just read the sentence and don't hear anything? Because if you read the sentence and don't hear anything, that's your spirit speaking. When you read the sentence and you hear a voice inside your head, that's your mind thinking for you. It's really weird. I want to say that You have to be in tune with yourself. So when I read something, I'm saying listen to the physical body doesn't think, only your spirit think. I'm saying all that, but there's no voice inside my head saying it. Isn't telling your spirit anything. Your physical body and your spirit are all connected. There is no separation of the two. Your physical body and your spirit are connected, but you can either be fully physical or fully spiritual. There's no, let's see, there's like no in between. There's either you're spiritual or you're physical. So you can be physically, you can be, it's one person listening and someone talking. Yeah, because you're connected. You're connected. You have to be connected. So, like, for instance, I believe in my higher self because it's just like, let's see, my higher self is pretty much me on the higher level, or um me in the future. My future, it's basically your future self. And that's why you're, or that's why that's what I'm connected to. My higher self, which is my future self, which is my spirit living in multiple dimensions. But I'm capable of doing that. Why? Because I'm spiritual. I'm spiritual. So I can totally live in the future. I can live in the present, and I can live in the past. Because it's all spiritual. It's all spiritual. So it's like, and how can I say this? If you watch one of my episodes, one of my past episodes, I woke up as a little girl one time. One time I woke up as a little girl in my old room when I was a little girl. That's how I woke up, in my old room as a little girl. And then I went back to sleep and then woke up in present time. Then I've done things like what's it called when you have out of body experiences. I've done that too. I've literally looked at my own body before, and I've done things like go into the future and not see the future, but I have an idea of what the future might look like. I haven't been to the future. I just have an idea of what it looks like. Now, in order to make it to the future, I have to make sure I take the steps I do during the present time, which means I have to be present with myself and my future self and my past self. All exist on one time, which is time, period. It doesn't matter, it doesn't really matter, because the simple fact is that we're all part of the future, past, and present all at the same time. It's called presence. Presence is the future, past, and everything at the same time. So if you live in that moment in time, you're literally always there. I don't know if that makes sense. Who knows? Anyways. Anyways, I didn't realize I was going to be on this long. But yeah, it was a really good conversation. I think I'm going to go because I have to get some sleep. I'm getting tired. Maybe that's why I'm rambling so much. But I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much for the good talk, John. For real. Honestly, got to do this again. Um, Spread love. Think for yourself. Live free. Love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.